I was born on the East Coast of America. Then I grew up in Texas. Then I moved to Abu Dhabi, and my parents from Nigeria. So it's like, yeah, I'm from Houston, but I left when I was 9. So there are some things about living in America that I don't, I didn't really experience because I didn't go to middle school or high school. I didn't finish elementary school in America. But on top of that, I'm not from Abu Dhabi because I'm not a passport holder or I'm just a foreigner. So you've lived in more places than I've lived in my lifetime. So do you ever have an identity crisis as to like where your home is, or do you just are you pretty like set in stone about where you call home?
No, Timmy, home is very confusing for me because especially after my mother moved out to California, home is now between three countries, Luxembourg, oh, sorry, well, three cities, Luxembourg, now Dubai, because my parents moved to Dubai, and then San Francisco. So, no, yeah, absolutely, there is an identity crisis, and I don't think I'm the only one who faces that once they leave Abu Dhabi. Um, listen, it's very difficult for me to explain to people where I'm from. I think that in itself indicates the identity crisis that you've mentioned. On top of that, I remember when I was younger, Luxembourg is a country not a lot of people had heard of, and especially when you're a child, right? So
Mm.
I remember I used to tell people, "Oh, I'm from Germany, or I'm from Belgium, or I'm from France," because nobody would know Luxembourg. So
Mm.
that in itself already to feel that sort of disconnection, knowing that people won't necessarily be able to know where it is unless you're talking to a grown up or whatever, is where the foundations were laid for that identity crisis. And then coming from a multicultural background with Pakistani and Indian heritage, that also added to that difficulty. I speak in a British accent because I went to British schools my whole life. That adds to
Mm.
the identity crisis. So, yeah, it's difficult. And I remember when I moved to Malaysia, I had to explain to people where I was from. Even after 2 years, they went, "Oh, so you're from Abu Dhabi, so you're Arab." And I said, "No, you're from Dubai." No, no. So do you see what I'm saying? So it's difficult for people
Yeah.
to understand because you lived in. So your parents migrated from Nigeria, as I understand it, to the US. So
Mm.
even if they live there for 10 years, they get the nationality, they have a house or whatever there, and okay, you're American and you're partly American. It doesn't work like that after you've lived in the UAE, and that's something that people need to understand.
Yeah, it's just you have to have it in your blood to obtain the citizenship. But yeah, it's a tricky question.